या सो सेकंड वाले में कितना आ रहा है यील्ड?
मैम
यस
मैम यस मैम मैम 3 इयर्स के लिए निकाला है ना इसका सेकंड वाले का।
थर्ड वाले में क्या रिटर्न आ रहा है आपका? थर्ड वाले रिटर्न कैलकुलेट किया किसी ने? ओके सो okay so Zubair has sent the answer. What about the others? आपका लास्ट वाले में कितना आएगा? How much would be your return on a portfolio yield of 7%? अरे बोलो, कुछ पता तो चले। हेलो।
यस मैम।
हाँ, क्या आया?
मैम निकाल रहे हैं, सॉल्व कर।
इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है भाई? मेरा तो हो गया 1.07 है, आपको उसको कंपाउंड करना है।
मैम 67,500 per.
करेक्ट करेक्ट। और इसमें
Yes,
क्या आ
ma'am.
रहा है? तो बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट कौन सा है?
Ma'am, first वाला.
फर्स्ट वाला बेस्ट है। ओके फाइन। सबको फर्स्ट वाला बेटर है लग रहा है।
मैम एक बार करके बता दीजिए मैम, मुझे नहीं समझ आया।
ओके, पहला तो सिंपल इंटरेस्ट है, उसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
तो मैम वो तो आ गया मैम।
24 एवरी ईयर,
यस मैम।
राइट? 24,000 एवरी ईयर। अभी इसमें क्या है? फेस वैल्यू है 100, मार्केट प्राइस है 92। दैट मींस एट द टाइम ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट आई विल गेट 100 रुपीज। तो अगर वन टाइम में एक ही ईयर में मुझे इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है तो दिस इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन, क्योंकि you know how many units I get on bonds, I will get 3 lakhs divided by 92 will tell you around 32, I'll get some 3,260, and this is the amount I will get when I redeem it. So if it is redeemable in the first year itself, it is a better option. और next वाले में compound interest calculate करना है ना? So instead of a simple interest, we will calculate compound interest, which is also close. Actually 67,000 आ रहा है, तो 1.07 हो गया आपका। 1 plus percentage divided by raised to n. याद आया कुछ?
यस मैम।
है ना? तो यहाँ पे हमको वही फॉर्मूला यूज करना है। सो 1.07 to the power 3, एंड हमें कितना मिलेगा? यू मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय द प्रिंसिपल, so it comes to 3,67,000 something. So in this case, if I have only 1 year to invest, then this is probably the best option. Otherwise, 3-year FD is good enough.
Yes, ma'am.
सिंपल वाला फॉर्मूला यूज किया है, 1 plus
Ma'am, P
n
into
by
1
100.
plus I to the power 3.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, ma'am.
The next one. So compound interest, we all know the formula. So it is interest calculated on the interest principal, initial principal, and also on accumulated interest of previous period of a deposit or loan. So compound interest makes a deposit or loan grow faster than simple interest, loan or deposit. Compound interest assumes that interest earned is left in the account or invested at the same rate, so that subsequent interest periods, you are earning interest on both principal and the interest has been earned till date. So we have seen this many examples of compound interest and simple interest. So compound interest, you add the interest to the interest to the principal, and then you earn interest on that as well. So the rate of compound interest accrues depends on the frequency of the compound higher the number of compounding period, the greater the compound interest. So the amount of compound interest accrued on rupees then compounded at 5% annually. ये पता है इसको कैसे करेंगे हम? 1 plus n by
by
2
into n into 2, मतलब power n multiply by 2.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So the more the compounding, the better is your return.
Yes, ma'am.
तो ये हम देख चुके हैं. We have seen this formula till death. 1 plus r to the power n. N is the number of years. And r is the return. P is the return. And you can see how exponentially it grows. कितना डिफरेंस आएगा इस दोनों में? कुछ डिफरेंस आएगा कि नहीं आएगा? हेलो.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
अराउंड 25 रुपीज का डिफरेंस आएगा फर्स्ट में और सेकंड में बिकॉज ऑफ द इफेक्ट ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग. आया सबका? आया कि नहीं आया? सो सेकंड वाले केस में क्या होगा आपका? 1 plus 0.5 स्क्वायर. अब ये क्यों है? क्योंकि हमारा सेमी एनुअली कंपाउंडिंग है, तो हम इसका फल क्या हो जाए? जितनी कंपाउंडिंग होता है तो यस
मैम एन की जगह पर पूरा 10 1 और 2 रखेंगे, 1 ईयर 2 ईयर.
1 minute, I'll just tell you 1 minute. तो ये
मैम r by 2 हो जाएगा और n into मैम
हाँ,
n
ये r
multiply
by
by
2
2
हो
हो
जाएगा.
जाएगा
r by
ना
right.
मैम n multiply by 2.
Yes. n by 2.
मैम
2n हो जाएगा.
मैम multiply by मैम 20 मैम 20,532.
हैं? 26
Yes.
कैसे आएगा?
मैम
26,000 कैसे आ गया?
10,000 का निकालेंगे ना.
हाँ
multiply 10,000 से करेंगे ना इस चीज को.
हाँ हाँ 025 आ रहा है तो पहले 11,025. तो पहले के केस में आपका टोटल इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है 1,000 रुपीज और दूसरे के केस में आ रहा है 1,025. तो 25 रुपीज का गेन है आपको इसमें. किसका नहीं निकला है 25 रुपीज का गेन?
यस मैम समझ में आ गया.
किसका नहीं निकला है? हेलो, प्राची का तो निकला होगा, बाकी किसका नहीं निकला है? प्राची पलक
मैम
दोनों का
मेरा हो
निकल आया
गया।
होगा।
यस मैम मेरा भी हो गया।
का नहीं हुआ है कलश?
यस मैम हो गया है।
Then you have to also look at effective annual rate, which is so mortgages are your home loan are compounded monthly, but the state interest rate by the bank will be annual interest. So यहाँ पे bank earns money, they will sell. It is like 8% per annum, but 8% monthly. Okay, that means you'll have to more than 8%. Mortgages are compounded monthly, but the state is doing the effect of compounding. So actually, it will work out to be 9%. Interest rate will work out to be 9.38%. So figuring out the nominal interest rate, so determine a required nominal interest given investment time frame with compounding frequency. So let us say that rupees 10,000 to invest over next 10 years, you want to end up with 16,000 in principal. So here the A, the amount you want, and the principal you have. So what is the interest rates which you have to earn? तो ये हम काफी कर चुके हैं. No present value calculate करने के लिए discount किया है. So current worth of a future sum of money given a specified rate of return. It is the value of expected income stream determined as a date of valuation. The present value is always less than or equal to the future value because money has interest earning potential. And assumption is that we are in a inflation, not in a deflation. Deflation होगा तो अलग हो जाएगा. For present value, we have to use a discount factor. We have done many numericals in this when we're looking at capital budgeting.
मैम जो
So
yes
discount rate, yeah.
मैम प्रेजेंट वैल्यू और फ्यूचर वैल्यू हम लोग कैलकुलेट करते थे कंपाउंडिंग डिस्काउंटिंग करके. उसका assumption मैम इन्फ्लेशन है. एंड मैम अगर
इन्फ्लेशन है और दूसरी चीज है कि अगर आपके पास आज पैसा है तो आप उसको इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो.
यस मैम देन मैम इंक्रीज होगी उसकी वैल्यू मतलब नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में. ऑब्वियसली यस मैम. मैम जैसे इसका assumption मैम इन्फ्लेशन है, जैसे कि मैम सेम है जैसे डिफ्लेशन की बात करें तो मैम तो फिर मैम जैसे कि फ्यूचर वैल्यू कर रहे थे तो कंपाउंडिंग कर रहे थे ना. एंड मैम फिर डिस्काउंटिंग हो जाएगा अपोजिट इसका.
हाँ तो या राइट, वही तो हम लोग करते हैं ना. अगर फ्यूचर वैल्यू से प्रेजेंट वैल्यू निकालनी होती है तो हम डिस्काउंट करते हैं. प्रेजेंट वैल्यू से फ्यूचर निकालनी होती है तो हम कंपाउंड करते हैं.
कंपाउंड करते हैं. यस मैम. यस मैम जैसे कि जो सेमी मैम सेमी एनुअली वाला केस पे किया
आपको रिटर्न मिलेगा. रिटर्न मिलेगा.
वही मैम हम लोग कंपाउंडिंग की थी उसके इसीलिए, क्योंकि मैम आफ्टर मतलब फ्यूचर की बात हो रही है ना इसीलिए. यस.
Discount rate is the rate of interest that is to be received. Terminal value or future value is the amount that is required to be achieved. So present value is terminal value मतलब future value 1 plus r by n. तो ये हम बहुत numericals कर चुके हैं इसके. So this we've also done how much we have done some reverse calculation as to how much money will I need to invest now to get a certain sum in the future and at a particular interest rate. So the amount that needs to be invested today is established by discounting the amount that is required by the rate of interest. It's calculated by rearranging the formula for compound interest. So information required for present value is the amount you will receive in future, how much time will pass before you receive the money, the interest rate you could be receiving if that money is invested. So it allows a comparison to be made between competing investments of equal risk that have the same start date but have different payment timings or amount. तो ये हमने कैपिटल बजटिंग में देखा है कि हम लोग इस तरह से सिलेक्ट करेंगे कौन सा प्रोजेक्ट हमें पिक करना है डिपेंडिंग ऑन द फ्यूचर वैल्यू. The same is the case with deciding the investment option for the customer. So present value of annuity series of equal cash payment that will be received over a specified period. The future cash flow of annuity are discounted at the discount rate. Higher the discount rate, the lower the present value of the annuity. So ये हमने PMT function से निकाल के देखा भी था, if you remember. So present value of many application in the field of finance and investment. So यहाँ पे हम इसको डिस्काउंट कर रहे हैं 5% से, so that's 100 rupees. If you take after 1 year, it was 95. After 3 years, it is 6.38. So for this, you need the value, you need the number, that is the amount of each identical cash for discounting the series of payment and time between the identical cash payments. Okay, now you do this. Which is a better option? अच्छा, पर आपको इंटरेस्ट रेट नहीं दिया हुआ. तो यहाँ पे आपका डिस्काउंट रेट है 0.58, right? So present value is so 0.07 आपने डिस्काउंट रेट लिया है, और 0.07 का अगर आप 12 से डिवाइड करोगे, so that is the calculation you have to do. For every year, right? Every month you are receiving, right? So ये आपका आया है 7 divided by 12, so 0.0058, और यहाँ पे तो 0.07 है, assuming that 7% is the discount rate. So if you look at, this is a better proposition to receive 1,000 each month for the next month rather than getting 12,000. Yes.
मैम जब फॉर्मूले में मैम अगर मंथ्स में गिवन होगा, यस मैम मंथ्स में गिवन होगा अगर टाइम पीरियड, तो मैम 12 से डिवाइड करेंगे. मैम इयर्स में होगा देन इयर्स से डिवाइड करेंगे ना,
right.
जितना. यस यस
हां, ऑब्वियसली मंथ में होगा तो इयर्स में करेंगे ना.
यस.
So if rupees 100 today allows the purchase of an item, it is possible that 100 will not be enough to purchase the same item in 10 years, in the next 5 years because of inflation. So you have two things for money: either you spend it right now or you invest. Because if you spend it right now, it will only give you the value now, but if you invest, it will give you better value. So investment is basically the financial compensation for saving it and not spending it, that the money value will accrue through interest from a borrower. So a rupees 1,000 today has different value than 1,000 in rupees 100 in 5 years. One can invest 100 today in an interest-bearing bank account or any other investment, and that the money will grow due to the rate of return. It can also shrink if the inflation is very high. So we've seen this future value formula, present value into 1 plus R into N. So हमने अभी calculate भी किया है. R is the rate of return and N is the time period. The future value of annuity is how much you would have in future given a specified rate of return or discount rate. So the value of a group of payment as specified date in future. The future cash flow of annuity grow at a discount rate. N is the number of payments. So same formula, but we have to find the future value, so modified a little bit. Then you also need to understand the financial goals of the customer. Now, when we say financial goals, the customer might not be aware of his financial goals. He would have his goals, like he would say that I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house, I want to send my child for education abroad. But he will not tell you in terms of financial goals. So whatever goal the customer has, which requires money, you will have to convert it into financial goal, because this is the amount of money the customer would need to achieve his personal goal. So financial goals are objective value of money. To meet a specific goals can again be classified based on time. They can be short term or long term. So short term के लिए आपके पास ज़्यादा time नहीं है plan करने के लिए, but long term obviously you have many investment instruments and time to plan. So short term goals are objective which needs to be achieved in 2 years. Long terms are anything beyond 2 years. So buying a car can be a short term goal, whereas buying a house necessarily needs to be a long term goal, because having that kind of money immediately is difficult, or you can take a loan. So down payment of a new house, down payment of a car, overseas vacation, acquisition of consumer durable. So कम पैसे की चीज आप short term goal से खरीद सकते हैं. Long term goals can be child's education, retirement planning, business expansion, philanthropy. मतलब you want to use your money for charity. So these can be long term goals. So you have to set up SMART goals. So SMART, S stands for specific, M is measurable. How do you measure it? So we have to measure in terms of money, achievable, realistic or achievable. ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे पास 100 रुपए है, I want it to become 1 lakh in 1 year. Will not happen, never happen, right? So they have to be realistic and measurable, quantifiable, and time bound. Obviously T stands for time bound. So your goal has to be specific. What is that you want to do? A financial goal has to do to be something which is achievable within the income level of the investor. So if a customer earning 50,000 tells you that I want to buy an Audi, obviously it is not a realistic plan. It has to be quantifiable. That means the financial goal has to be quantifiable in monetary terms. It has to be time bound. The investor should have a targeted time frame within which he should achieve each of his financial goals. Then financial goals are set up for future. Hence, the wealth manager should set the goal by considering the prevailing level of inflation. So, अगर आप एक कार 5 लाख में खरीद सकते हैं आज, you might not be able to buy it in the next 2 years. So, you don't have to plan for 5 lakh. You probably have to plan for 5,15,000. So, you have to also keep inflation in mind. So financial goals should be reviewable periodically. Setting interim goals would be the best way to do this. So I think I will end the class here today, and tomorrow we will start with investments, and most probably we'll be able to finish this session tomorrow, this topic tomorrow, and then we will do aptitude for 2 days, and then we will start with a new topic. Okay. Please go and do a reading. Most of it we have seen early, but we have just like it is a kind of bringing it all together. So ये सारी चीजें हम mutual fund में भी देख चुके हैं, and that's why I was insisting that you read your mutual fund booklet, because that will give you a very good perspective of how these things are done, and meaning of each investment class, asset class. So again, you have a lot of time. Just read that booklet. It will help you understand financial planning as well. क्योंकि mutual fund के भी अगर last के 2-3 chapters देखिए तो उसमें पूरी the process of financial planning and the things you need to consider for financial planning are given. Okay. So any questions you guys have?
No, ma'am.
No questions. Okay. So let us call it a day and we meet tomorrow.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.